Hey everyone, I know it's Christmas Eve and you could be like enjoying eggnog by the fire, but here you are ready to geek out on invention with us.
That's dedication.
So tonight we're going deep, like way back, on a timeline of human invention from, the very first tools to all the wild tech we have now.
Gonna be quite a ride.
Our source for all this, just this like crazy comprehensive list of inventions and their dates.
It's amazing what humans have come up with over, well, literally millions of years.
I know. Okay, before we jump in, I'm curious, what inventions are you hoping we like rediscover tonight? Any personal favorites or those that you're just like totally in awe of?
We'll start with some of mine. It's always so cool to revisit those super early inventions, the ones that seem so basic now, but were like totally revolutionary for their time.
Right, like the OG tech.
Exactly. For me, it's all about understanding the context,
Mm.
the needs that drove these innovations, and how they set the stage for, well, everything that came after.
Okay, so let's rewind that clock all the way back. Dawn of humanity. I bet it won't shock you that the earliest inventions were all about, not dying. Stone tools. 2.6 million years
It's
ago.
a 0.6 million. It really puts things in perspective.
I know, right?
Stone tools, I mean, they were a game changer. It wasn't just about having a sharp edge. It was about recognizing the properties of different stones, shaping them for specific tasks, passing that knowledge down.
Yeah. And those tools help them hunt better, process food, build shelters. Like they literally shaped early human society.
Totally.
And then around 1.42 million years ago, boom, fire. Well, controlled fire, I should say. Can you even imagine how huge that discovery was?
Warmth, light, protection, cooking food,
Yeah.
everything changed after that.
It totally did. And it wasn't just a practical tool either, right? It became this like social gathering place, a source of light to extend the day, a way to make food safer.
You could argue that fire was the first step towards, well, civilization as we know it.
No kidding. And it's not just fire and tools. Around 400,000 years ago, we start seeing evidence of built shelters and clothing. Seems like our ancestors were getting pretty good at manipulating their environment.
Definitely. Shelters and clothing offered protection from the elements. It shows a growing understanding of materials and construction techniques.
I guess you could say they were creating comfort and safety even when the world was a pretty rough place.
Totally.
Necessity is the mother of invention,
Yeah.
right? And after that, the list gets like rapid fire.
Yeah.
Spears, fish hooks, drills, tally sticks. They were busy.
Busy innovating.
Right. And then 35,000 years ago, sewing.
Goodbye, fig leaves. Hello, fashion.
Ah, right.
But it's actually really cool. Sewing, I mean, it's not just practical. It speaks to this growing sense of like aesthetics and wanting to express yourself.
Function and fashion.
Yeah.
Way ahead of their time. Okay, fast forward a bit. About 23,000 years ago, the bottle.
To what?
It's this spear thrower thing that basically like supercharges the spear's power and range.
Oh, right, like a leverage thing. That's pretty clever.
Yeah. It's like the ancient version of a power tool.
Huh, exactly. Using physics to your advantage.
And then, of course, we can't forget the bow and arrow around 20,000 years ago. It revolutionized everything.
Hunting, warfare, and don't forget the cultural impact. Archery is still huge today, all thanks to that invention.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of ancient inventions that are still cool today, the boomerang.
Ah, yes, the
The boomerang, 18,000 years old, and still totally fascinating. I mean, who doesn't love a good boomerang?
It really is amazing when you think about the aerodynamics involved. It's not just a toy. It's a testament to understanding airflow and lift.
So much more sophisticated than we give them credit for. Around the same time, we see braided rope. It makes you realize that even way back then, people were like driven to solve problems, to create, to make life better.
It's that human spirit that's led to all the incredible inventions we have today, that innate curiosity.
Absolutely. Okay, now this one might raise some eyebrows.
Oh, let's hear it.
Around 10,000 BCE, alcoholic beverages.
So not just surviving, but thriving.
Huh. Right. I guess our ancestors knew how to unwind after a long day of, hunting and gathering.
Well, fermentation happens naturally, so it's likely they stumbled upon it while experimenting with fruits and grains. It's interesting that it pops up around the same time as pottery and agriculture.
Ooh, good point. Maybe those early brewers were onto something.
Maybe.
And speaking of agriculture, it's around 10,000 BCE that
Yeah.
we see signs of a major shift. Granaries pop up on the list, those structures for storing grain,
Right.
which means settled communities.
That's huge GE. Agriculture was a turning point. It led to settled communities, population growth, the specialization of labor.
It's like the foundation for everything else.
It really is. And it's no coincidence that we see a surge in inventions after this. More food, more stability means more time and resources to think up new things.
Makes sense. And then 8700 BCE, the Bronze Age, metalworking,
Oh.
a whole new world of possibilities opens up.
I bet they were psyched. It's not just about the bronze itself, but what it represents, understanding metallurgy, creating more durable tools and weapons.
I know. And they put it to use quickly: chisels, axes, the dugout canoe.
The dugout canoe is a good one to highlight.
Ah.
It shows they were mastering woodworking and, like, navigating waterways, which had a huge impact on trade, exploration.
They were expanding their world, literally. I wonder what they'd think if they could see all our tech today.
It would probably blow their minds.
Right. But we're just getting started. We've got thousands of years of invention ahead of us.
Welcome back to our Invention Marathon. Ready for more mind-blowing moments from history.
Oh, I'm totally ready. Last we left off, it was the Bronze Age. Things were getting exciting.
And they're about to get even more exciting. So around 2500 BCE, we see inventions that really hint at, like, more organized societies.
Okay, like what?
Well, for one, standardized measures.
Wait, like for measuring stuff, that seems kind of basic.
It might seem basic now, but it's huge GE. Think about it. Standardized measures mean trade. They mean people need to agree on, like, what a cubit is no matter where they're from.
Whoa, I never thought of it like that. That is a sign of things getting more complex.
Right. And here's another one that might surprise you. Ready? Flush toilets.
No way. 2500 BCE. I would have guessed those came way later.
Nope. Public sanitation was clearly on their minds even back then.
That's awesome. I guess people have always wanted a clean bathroom. What else?
We also see wrought iron around this time.
Okay, so we're moving beyond bronze
Yeah.
into a new era of building and stuff.
Exactly. It's a period of crazy creativity and technological advancement. But here's the thing. Alongside these, like, practical inventions,
Yeah.
we also see some surprisingly familiar things popping up.
Yeah.
Around 2000 BCE, we get umbrellas.
Huh. Some solutions are just timeless, I guess.
Right. The umbrella, simple but effective, keeping people dry for millennia.
That's so cool. Okay, what else is there?
How about this? Also around 2000 BCE, anesthesia.
Oh, really? I try not to think about surgery without pain relief.
It's a huge moment in medicine. It meant they could do more complex procedures and, of course, less suffering.
That's so important. Okay, so we've got clean bathrooms, pain relief. What's next?
Well, let's talk about something that's not physical well-being, but, like, mental well-being.
Oh, okay, interesting.
3000 BCE, we see cuneiform.
Writing.
One of the earliest writing systems.
Yeah.
Hard to overstate how important writing is.
Oh, totally. It's like the original information revolution.
Exactly. Cuneiform was developed by the Sumerians, in Mesopotamia.
Right, right.
It used these wedge-shaped marks on clay tablets.
I've seen pictures.
It allowed them to record history, write down laws, pass on knowledge. Cuneiform, I mean, it changed everything.
I can only imagine. Okay, so we've got writing, sanitation, pain relief. What else is cooking?
How about something really fundamental? Around 3500 BCE, the wheel and axle.
The wheel. Seriously, can you imagine a world without it?
Nope, it's everywhere. Transportation, machinery. It's the basis for so much.
And it seems so simple now, but it obviously took a lot of brain power to come up with that simple solution.
Right. And once they had the wheel, there was no stopping them. Carts, chariots, all building on that one breakthrough.
That's so cool. What came next?
Well, fast forward to 2000 BCE, and we get the spoked wheel.
Lighter, faster.
Exactly. They were constantly iterating, improving designs. That dedication to progress is inspiring.
I know. What else was happening besides these cool transportation things?
Well, while the spoked wheel was rolling in, around the same time, we see the development of the alphabet.
Okay, so even more communication breakthroughs.
Right. Earlier writing systems like cuneiform were crazy complex. You had to learn tons of symbols. But the alphabet, it simplified everything.
So it was like writing for everyone.
Exactly. It spread like wildfire. More people could learn. Knowledge could spread further. It's another one of those inventions that totally shaped history.
That's amazing. From clay tablets to the alphabet.
Progress.
What comes next? Give me another good one.
Okay, how about this? 1600 BCE. The rubber ball.
Huh. A little fun mixed in with all the serious inventions.
It's important to have some fun. And it shows they were appreciating leisure time. You
Yeah.
know, life wasn't all work and survival.
I love that. So what else were they inventing for fun back then?
Well, around 1000 BCE, the kite pops up.
Kites. I actually love flying kites.
It's another one of those seemingly simple things that has lasted through the ages. And think about it. Kites aren't just G for fun.
Right, they've been used for all kinds of things.
Mhm.
Experiments, sending signals.
Exactly.
Okay, what else is there?
Around 700 BCE, we get the pulley.
Ah, the pulley. Simple machine, endless uses.
Exactly. Lifting heavy stuff, raising sails.
So clever. What's next?
Well, around the same time, the metal anchor.
Oh yeah, important for all those ships they were building.
Crucial. Made them way more stable.
Yeah.
Which, of course, meant more trade, more exploration.
They were really on a roll. Okay, hit me with another invention.
How about this? 550 BCE. The crane.
The crane. That's huge for building stuff.
I know. Think about how they managed to build those things back then without all the technology we have now. It blows my mind. What else?
This one might surprise you. Also around 550 BCE, artificial limbs.
Whoa, really? That early?
Yep. They were probably made of wood or leather, but still, it shows they were thinking about helping people with disabilities.
That's amazing. I love it. So it
Mhm.
wasn't just about building cool stuff. It was about using tech to make lives better.
Exactly. And that trend continues. So next up, around 400 BCE, we've got a real mix of inventions.
Oh, like what?
Well, for battle and protection, we've got chainmail. For, let's say, recreational purposes, there's distillation, making alcohol stronger.
Huh. They never stopped innovating on that front.
And for warfare, we see the pike.
Okay, a lot of conflict-related stuff.
Yeah.
But what else?
But also when I get the magnetic compass.
Now that is a game changer.
I know, right? No more getting lost at sea, more accurate navigation, more trade routes, more exploration.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Huh, yes. New tech leads to new possibilities. And along with the compass, we get the blast furnace
For making more iron, right.
more efficiently, which means more tools, weapons, everything. What's next?
Okay, how about this? Around 300 BCE, we get the stirrup, the saddle.
Essential for horseback riding.
Right. Huge EE for warfare and just getting around.
And don't forget the moldboard plow.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Transforming agriculture alongside all the other advancements.
It's really cool to see how these innovations, some big, some seemingly small, ripple out and change everything.
All connected. And those ripples keep going. Next up, around 250 BCE,
The nail.
the nail. Seems kind of simple after all the other stuff.
It seems simple, but think about it.
Okay.
Nails hold so much of our world together. Buildings, ships, furniture, stronger, more durable stuff, all thanks to the humble nail.
That's a good point. What else is there?
Well, this period also sees a bunch of cool inventions from the ancient Greeks.
Oh, the Greeks. They were always up to something.
Right. So we see the Archimedes screw, a clever way to move water, the compound pulley for lifting heavy things,
I remember learning about those in school. What else?
and the pipe organ.
Whoa, music. I love it. It's a beautiful mix of, like, technology and artistry,
Totally. Okay, what other sciencey stuff were they up to?
We also see the dry dock, the windmill, and the astrolabe.
The astrolabe. No, that's a cool one.
I know. It's this beautiful instrument used for navigation and figuring out the positions of stars.
It's amazing how much they understood about the stars back then.
And speaking of amazing, around 150 BCE, the Antikythera mechanism.
I've heard of that. It's like an ancient computer, right?
Basically,
Yeah.
it used all these gears and dials to track the movements of the sun, the moon, the planets. It even predicted eclipses.
That is seriously mind-blowing.
The Greeks, they were so advanced.
Okay, after that incredible display of brain power, what's next?
Well, alongside all that high-tech stuff, there were more everyday innovations happening too.
Like what?
Parchment.
Oh yeah, for writing on.
Right. Super durable, made from animal skin. So many ancient writings survived because of parchment.
It's crazy to think about those words lasting for centuries on that material.
It's pretty cool. Okay, ready for another big one?
Hit me.
Around 100 BCE, the water mill.
Harnessing the power of water.
Exactly. It revolutionized like milling and other industries, freed up people to do other stuff.
More efficient.
Way more. And around the same time, blown glass.
Ooh, pretty.
Right. And not just pretty, useful too. Delicate vessels, windows.
It's amazing what they could do with glass back then.
It really is. Okay, ready for a few more rapid-fire inventions?
Bring 'em on.
27 BCE, the odometer.
Ah, so they could finally figure out exactly how far they'd traveled.
Yep, made trade and map making way more accurate.
It's like the ancient GPS. Okay, what else?
40 CE,
Hmm.
the ball bearing.
Huh. That doesn't sound super exciting.
It's not flashy, but it's huge GE. It reduces friction in machines, which means everything runs smoother and lasts longer.
Whoa, I never thought of it like that. Small invention, big impact.
Totally. And then 79 CE, the claw hammer. Still going strong today.
A classic. What else is there?
100 CE, the horseshoe.
Protecting those horse hooves.
Yep. Horses could work harder, longer, which meant
More efficient transportation.
bingo.
Mm.
And also around this time, architectural innovations were happening too.
Oh, like what?
The dome, the suspension bridge.
No, they're huge GE.
I know. It's mind-blowing what they could build back then.
Okay, after those impressive feats of engineering, what's next?
Well, around 105 CE, we get paper.
Paper. Hard to imagine life without it.
Right. Books, maps, documents, all thanks to paper.
It allowed knowledge to spread so much faster.
Absolutely. Okay, how about this one? 231 CE, the wheelbarrow.
The wheelbarrow, simple but super useful.
You know it. Made moving heavy stuff so much easier.
I still use one in my garden. Okay, what else is coming up on our timeline?
Okay, here's one that's, well, it's a bit more on the destructive side. 500 CE, the trebuchet.
Yes, the giant catapult.
Exactly, hurling stones, causing chaos.
Pretty effective in a siege, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm.
And around the same time, we see the horse collar.
Okay, back to more helpful inventions. What did that do?
Well, before, horses would basically choke themselves trying to pull heavy loads. The horse collar changed that.
So, more power, more efficient work, all thanks to a better collar.
Yep. It's amazing how these small changes make such a big difference.
Okay, what else do we have?
Well, around 580 CE, there's the quill pen.
Ah, fancy.
Right, way better than those old reed pens they were using.
Mm.
More durable, more flexible, more beautiful writing.
I'd love to try writing with a quill pen sometime.
It's definitely an art. Okay, ready for another big one?
Always.
589 CE, toilet paper.
Finally.
Right,
That's an invention we can all appreciate.
along with the S-trap for toilets, invented in 1775. It's another huge GE step for sanitation and public health.
From outhouses to toilet paper, it's been quite a journey.
And it all adds up to healthier, happier lives. What's next?
You tell me. Lay another invention on me.
All right, 700 CE, the spinning wheel.
Ah, spinning yarn. My grandma actually had a spinning wheel.
It's such a classic. It was a big deal for textile production, made clothes more widely available.
It's fascinating how much tech has gone into just the clothes we wear.
I know. And then 787 CE, the tidal mill.
Okay, so we've got water mills and now tidal mills. What's the difference?
A tidal mill uses the power of the tides to grind grain. Pretty clever, right?
Super clever. Using the power of the ocean.
Humans are good at that, figuring out how to use nature to their advantage.
Absolutely. What's next?
Okay, here's a big one. 800 CE, gunpowder.
Oh, wow. Gunpowder. It's hard to overstate how much that one invention changed the world.
For better or worse, right?
Exactly. Okay, what else is happening around this time?
Well, in 806 CE, we get the banknote.
Whoa.
It's like the precursor to paper money. Made trade easier, no more lugging around heavy coins.
It's like the first step towards modern banking. That's a big deal.
It really is. Okay, how about another communication breakthrough? 1868 CE, woodblock printing.
Printing. So we're getting closer and closer to books as we know them.
Exactly. It was still a slow process, but a big step forward.
Okay, what else do we have?
How about this? 904 CE, the rocket.
Rockets. That's amazing.
Right. It all started somewhere.
It makes you wonder what those early inventors would think of the rockets we have today going into space and everything.
I know. It would probably blow their minds. Okay, here are a few more from this era.
Hit me.
984 CE, the canal lock.
What does that do?
It's this clever system that lets boats move between waterways at different heights.
Ah, I get it. Makes canals way more useful. What else?
Also around that time, we get lenses.
Ooh, lenses. So important for so many things.
Right. Eyeglasses, telescopes.
And probably all kinds of scientific instruments, right?
Exactly. And speaking of seeing things, around 994 CE, the sextant.
Sextant. That's for navigation, right?
Yep. Sailors could figure out their latitude, made sea travel way safer and more accurate.
It's amazing how much they were able to do back then without, like, GPS or anything.
I know. Okay, ready for another truly revolutionary invention?
Always. What is it?
1041 CE, movable type.
Wait, movable type for printing?
You got it. This is huge GE. Before, they had to carve whole pages into wood blocks. With movable type, you could rearrange individual letters and reuse them.
That's brilliant. So much faster.
It changed everything. Books could be made more cheaply, knowledge spread like wildfire. It's one of the most important inventions in history.
Wow, I can see why. So we've got books, we've got better navigation, we're pumping water, we're flying. What else is happening in this era of crazy invention?
Well, how about this? 1094 CE, the tower clock.
Oh, the tower clock, so everyone in town could know the time.
Exactly. It regulated daily life. Before that, it was all sundials and, like, guessing.
It's amazing how important something as simple as knowing the time is.
It really is. And while those clocks were ticking away, other innovations were happening too.
Like what?
We see the chain drive.
The chain drive, what does that do?
It's a system of sprockets and chains used to transmit power.
So like in bicycles and stuff.
Exactly. And also around this time, the cannon.
Oh boy, things are getting loud.
Warfare was changing big time. Okay, a few more quick ones.
Lay 'em on me.
1128 CE, fireworks.
Ooh, pretty.
From celebrations to signals.
It's fascinating how some technologies can be used for like opposite purposes.
Totally. Okay, how about this? 1150 CE, Arabic numerals.
Wait, so before that, they weren't using the numbers we use today?
Nope. Arabic numerals made calculations way easier.
I can imagine. It's crazy to think how different things were. Okay, what else?
1202 CE, the crankshaft.
What?
It converts linear motion into rotary motion, essential for engines.
Ah, okay. So we're getting closer and closer to cars and stuff.
We are. And also around that time, we see the automaton.
The automaton, like a robot.
Kind of. Self-operating machines, they could do all sorts of cool things.
I bet they were a big hit back then.
Totally. It was the beginning of, like, thinking about machines that could do things on their own. All right, ready for a really important invention?
Bring it on.
1250 CE spectacles.
Eyeglasses. So simple, but so life-changing for so many people.
Right. The world got a whole lot clearer for a lot of folks.
Okay, what else is coming up?
Well, this one's a bit grim. 1277 CE, the landmine.
Oof. Yeah, not all inventions are good.
Definitely a reminder that technology can be used for both good and bad purposes.
So true. What else is on the list?
Okay, couple of quick ones. 1300 CE, the scythe for harvesting. And, the musket.
Weapons getting more and more advanced.
Yep. But also around 1320, we see the beginning of the production line.
Assembly lines.
Right. It revolutionized manufacturing. More stuff. Made faster, cheaper.
It's amazing how much our world has been shaped by these changes in how we make things. Okay, what else?
All right, a couple more from the 1400s. 1441, the rain gauge and the coiled spring.
Oh, the coiled spring. It's in everything.
I know, right?
Okay, what else is there?
1450 CE. Big year.
I bet.
We get the arquebus, an early gun, the anemometer for measuring wind speed, and the printing press with movable metal type.
Oh, the printing press. That's like the ultimate information revelation.
It really is. Yeah. Books became way more common. Literacy rates skyrocketed. It's hard to overstate how important that invention is.
I can only imagine. Okay, so we've got books, we've got better weapons, better tools. What's next?
How about a little something for personal hygiene?
Oh.
1498 CE, the toothbrush.
Finally. My teeth thank those inventors.
Right. Dental health is important.
What else do we have from that era?
1501 CE, the glass mirror.
Ooh. I love mirrors.
Me too. It changed how people saw themselves, literally.
Right. No more just looking at your reflection in water.
Exactly. And around the same time, the pocket watch.
Ah, so people could finally know the time wherever they went.
Yep. No more relying on the town clock. Freedom.
What a great invention. What else is there?
1510 CE, etching for printmaking.
So art was evolving along with all the other tech.
Absolutely. Etching let artists create much more detail and, depth in their prints. It was a big deal for art.
I love how it all connects. Okay, what else?
1540 CE, sandcasting.
Sandcast.
It's how they made metal objects. Tools, weapons, sculptures. It's still used today.
Wow. Okay, so we've got art, we've got weapons, we've got tools. Anything else?
1550 CE, the combination lock.
Ah, no more keys.
Right.
I wonder if people felt safer with combination locks.
Probably. And speaking of safety,
Uh-oh.
1560 CE, the condom.
Well, that's certainly an important invention for a variety of reasons.
Absolutely.
What else is there?
Couple quick ones. 1564 CE, the jointed artificial limb, even better than before, and the graphite pencil.
Ah, the pencil. An essential for any creative person.
Right. Okay, a couple more. 1571 CE, the theodolite.
The what?
It's for surveying,
Mm.
measuring angles and distances.
So important for making maps and building stuff accurately.
Exactly. And then a big one for keeping track of time, 1582, the Gregorian calendar.
The calendar we use today.
The one and only. Finally, everyone was on the same page, literally.
It makes you realize how important it is to have, like, shared standards for things. What else is there?
Okay, 1589 CE, the stocking frame.
A fancy name for a sock-making machine.
Huh, basically. It was a big deal for textile production. Knitting got a whole lot faster.
Okay, what else? This is amazing.
All right, how about a peek into the microscopic world? 1590 CE, the microscope.
Whoa, the microscope. Now that is a game changer.
Right. Suddenly we could see things we never even knew existed. Cells, bacteria, all that tiny stuff.
It must have revolutionized science. I bet there were so many discoveries after that.
Oh, tons. Biology, medicine, it changed everything.
This is incredible. So many inventions, so much progress. Okay, I'm ready for more. What else do we have?
And speaking of expanding our understanding of the world, around 1605 CE, we see the publication of the first newspaper.
The newspaper. Wow. So that's when people started getting their news in like a regular way.
It was huge EE for spreading information and, like, creating public discourse.
I bet it was. It probably played a big role in how journalism developed, too.
Oh, absolutely. Before that, it was mostly rumors and word of mouth. The newspaper made information more accessible.
And it helped create a more informed public. Okay, what's next? What other groundbreaking inventions are waiting for us in the 1600s?
Well, how about this? 1609 CE, the telescope.
The telescope. That's a game changer right there.
I know, right? Think about it. Suddenly, we could see things in space in incredible detail.
It must have been mind-blowing to see those first glimpses of distant planets and stars.
It was a paradigm shift. Before that, we only had our naked eyes to observe the heavens.
I bet it challenged people's whole understanding of the universe and our place in it.
It totally did. And it inspired generations of scientists and astronomers. It's incredible how far we've come from those early telescopes to the powerful space telescopes we have today.
I know, from peering through a subtle lens to, like, the Hubble telescope. What a journey. Okay, I'm ready for more. What else do we have?
All right, how about this? Around 1612 CE, we get the flintlock.
The flintlock. Okay, remind me what that is again.
It's a firing mechanism for guns. It made them more reliable and easier to use.
So that's a pretty significant advancement in firearm technology.
Huge advancement. And unfortunately, it meant that guns became more widespread too.
Right, with big consequences for warfare and, well, everything.
It's a good example of how these technological advances can have, like, ripple effects throughout history.
Definitely. Okay, what else is there?
Well, this next one is a bit controversial. Around 1614, we see the cigarette.
Ah, the cigarette. An invention with a complicated legacy.
Yeah, it brought pleasure to some, but obviously caused huge health problems.
It's a good reminder that not every invention is a good thing.
Absolutely. It's important to think about the potential downsides, too.
So true. Okay, what else have we got?
Well, moving on to 1622, we get the slide rule.
The slide rule. I vaguely remember those from, like, old math classes.
It was this ingenious tool for, like, multiplication, division, all sorts of calculations.
It's amazing how clever people were coming up with these things before calculators and computers.
It really is. And speaking of calculators, around 1623, we get the first mechanical calculator.
Whoa, really? That early?
Yep. Using gears and levers to crunch numbers.
It's mind-boggling how they managed to build those things back then.
It's a testament to their precision and skill.
Absolutely. Okay, what else is there? Give me another cool invention.
Okay, how about this? 1631, the Vernier scale.
The Vernier scale. Okay, I'm not familiar with that one.
It's this super precise measuring tool.
Oh, so it's all about accuracy.
Exactly. For
Ooh.
engineering, science, navigation, it made everything more precise.
Which, of course, leads to better inventions and discoveries. Okay, what else?
Well, along those same lines, in 1638, we get the screw micrometer.
The screw micrometer, another precision instrument.
You got it. Measuring tiny dimensions with incredible accuracy.
So from huge telescopes to tiny measurements, it seems like this was an era of, like, expanding our understanding of both the vast and the minute.
Totally. And in 1643, we get something that helps us understand something we experience every day. The barometer.
Ah, the barometer for measuring air pressure and predicting the weather.
Exactly. It was a huge step forward in meteorology.
From just looking at the clouds to actually measuring the atmosphere, it's amazing how far we've come. Okay, what else?
How about this? 1650, the vacuum pump.
The vacuum pump. Okay, remind me again, what does a vacuum pump do?
It removes air from a container, creating a vacuum.
Right. I remember those from science class. What were they used for back then?
All sorts of experiments,
Okay.
studying the properties of gases, vacuums that led to big discoveries in physics and chemistry.
It's interesting how something that seems like kind of basic can actually lead to so much new knowledge.
Totally. And around the same time, 1656, we get a more accurate way to keep track of that time, the pendulum clock.
Ah, the pendulum clock. Way more accurate than those old water clocks and sundials.
Way more.
Yeah.
It was a big deal for science, navigation, basically everything,
I love how all these inventions connect and influence each other.
right? It's all part of the story of human progress. Okay, what else? How about some entertainment?
Ooh, yes. What were they inventing for fun back then?
How about this? 1659, the magic lantern.
The magic lantern. What's that?
It's like a early version of a slide projector. They could project images onto a screen.
Whoa, that's cool. It's like the first step towards movie.
It totally is. Okay, a few more rapid-fire inventions.
Hit me.
1664, the hygrometer, for measuring humidity.
Okay, so we're getting better at understanding the weather.
Yep. And in 1679, we get something that's still a lifesaver in the kitchen today. The pressure cooker.
The pressure cooker. Gotta love a good pressure cooker.
Makes cooking so much faster.
It really does. It's amazing how much our kitchens have changed over the years. Okay, what else?
Okay, this one's for all the mechanics out there. 1676, the universal joint.
The universal joint. What does that do?
It lets you connect rotating shafts that aren't aligned.
So it makes machines more flexible.
Exactly. It's in cars, planes, all sorts of stuff.
Another one of those small but mighty inventions. What else is there?
All right, back to some more big ideas. 1689, the centrifugal pump.
A pump that uses, like, spinning to move fluids.
You got it.
That's pretty clever.
It's used everywhere.
Yeah.
Moving water, chemicals. It's a workhorse of modern technology.
I bet. Okay, what else we got?
1696, the metronome.
Ah, the metronome.
Yeah,
Keeping musicians in time for centuries.
exactly.
What else?
1698, the steam pump.
Steam power. It was really starting to take off around this time, wasn't it?
It was. The steam pump was a big deal. Mining, water supply, it changed everything. Okay, a couple more quick ones.
Okay.
1701, the seed drill for more efficient planting.
Ah, so that's how we got to feeding so many people.
And around 1709, coke-based iron smelting.
Making iron even better.
Exactly. Stronger, cheaper. It fueled so much progress. Okay, ready for a really important invention.
I was born ready. What is it?
1712, the atmospheric steam engine.
The atmospheric steam engine. Now things are really getting steamed up.
I see what you did there. But seriously, this was a turning point. It revolutionized everything: mining, manufacturing, transportation.
It's like your Dimble of the Industrial Revolution. Okay, what else have we got?
Well, how about a more accurate way to measure all that heat? 1714, the mercury thermometer.
Ah, yes. Much better than those old, unreliable thermometers they had before. Wait.
Way better. More accurate medicine, science, everything.
I love how it all connects. Okay, what's next?
1720, the padlock.
Padlocks. Simple, but so effective.
And still used everywhere today.
Hmm.
Okay, couple more quick ones. 1732, the pitot tube for measuring fluid flow.
Okay.
And the baby carriage.
Huh. Now that's an invention I can get behind.
Right. Made life easier for parents everywhere. And in 1733, a big one for the textile industry. The flying shuttle.
The flying shuttle. It sounds fast. What did it do?
It made weaving much faster and easier. One person could do the work that used to take several people.
Talk about boosting productivity. Okay,
What a
what?
cozier invention. 1742, the Franklin stove.
Ah, the Franklin stove. Keeping people warm all winter long.
Way more efficient than a fireplace.
And probably safer, too. Okay, what's next?
Back to electricity. 1745, the Leyden jar.
The Leyden jar. It sounds like something a wizard would use. What is it?
It's an early type of capacitor. It could store an electric charge.
Whoa, so it's like an early battery?
Sort of. It was a big step in understanding how electricity works.
It's amazing how these early experiments paved the way for all the amazing electrical devices we have today. Okay, what else?
1748, the electroscope
Mm-hmm.
for detecting electric charge.
I know.
And 1749, the water pillar pump.
Okay, so more progress with water systems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then 1752, a big one, the lightning rod.
Lightning rod. No more burning houses down because of lightning strikes.
Right. It's amazing how we went from being terrified of lightning to actually being able to protect ourselves from it.
It really is. It's like conquering nature with science. What else is there?
Well, how about a way to organize all the living things on Earth?
Oh, that's a big task.
1753, Linnaean taxonomy.
Oh, yeah, the system we still use today for classifying plants and animals.
The one and only. Carl Linnaeus, he was a genius.
It's amazing how much diversity there is in nature. Okay, what's next?
1755, the bimetallic strip.
The bimetallic strip. What's that?
It's a strip of metal made of two different metals, and they expand and contract at different rates when heated.
So what's that good for?
Thermostats, thermometers, all sorts of temperature-sensitive
Oh,
things.
clever. What else?
1761, the marine chronometer.
Marine chronometer. That sounds important.
It is. It's a super accurate clock that allowed sailors to figure out their longitude at sea.
So no more getting lost in the middle of the ocean.
Exactly. It revolutionized navigation. Okay, couple more from the textile world. 1764, the spinning jenny, even more efficient yarn production.
They were really on a roll with those spinning machines.
And around the same time, the surveyor's perambulator wheel for measuring distances.
So better maps, better roads.
Exactly. And in 1765, the steam engine gets even better with the separate condenser.
More efficient, more powerful.
You got it. Progress never stops. 1769, the water frame.
Another spinning machine.
Yep, for even stronger yarn.
Yep.
And also the Venetian blind.
Huh. From industrial machines to home decor, what a mix.
Right, okay, how about this? 1770, Caterpillar tracks.
Whoa. Now we're talking Caterpillar tracks. That's huge GE for all sorts of vehicles.
I know, tractors, tanks.
Oh.
Suddenly you could go places you never could before.
It's amazing how those tracks changed what was possible. Okay, what else is there?
All right, few more quick ones. 1771, soda water.
Huh. Soda water, the original fizzy drink.
Right. It's funny to think about what people considered high-tech back then.
It's all relative, right?
Okay, what else?
1775, big year for bathrooms. The S-trap for toilets.
Ah, yes, keeping those sewer gases out of our homes. What a great invention.
It's the little things. Also in 1775, the submersible.
Whoa, going underwater.
Yep, early submarines. It's incredible to think how far we've come with underwater exploration.
I know. Okay, what else?
1775 was busy. We also see the boring machine for digging tunnels.
Tunnels. That's huge for infrastructure.
Right. And then another big one, 1776, the steamboat.
Steamboats. Now we're really cruising.
Faster, more efficient travel. The world was getting smaller. Okay, what's next?
How about a better way to cut stuff? 1777. The circular saw.
The circular. It's amazing how much we rely on those for building stuff.
Right. It made woodworking so much easier and faster.
And probably safer than those old hand saws, too. What else is there?
Well, how about a better way to keep stuff safe? 1778, the tumbler lock.
Ooh, fancy locks.
More security. Okay, here are a couple of really cool ones. 1779, speech synthesis.
Wait, speech synthesis? Like machines talking? That early?
Yep, the very beginnings of it. And also the spinning mule combining the best of the spinning jenny and the water frame.
They just kept making those spinning machines better and better. Okay, what's next?
How about a better way to light up the night? 1780, the argan lamp.
The argan lamp. Ooh, it sounds fancy.
It was a big improvement over candles and other oil lamps.
I bet. Brighter, cleaner, and more efficient.
You got it. And speaking of things that go boom, also in 1780, the iron rocket.
Ooh, rockets getting more powerful.
Exactly. It's incredible to think that this is where space travel started. Okay, here's another important one. 1781, the compound steam engine.
Even more steam tower.
Yep, more efficiency, more power.
It's amazing how they just kept improving on those designs. Okay, what else is there?
All right, how about a couple of inventions that really capture the imagination? 1783, the hot air balloon and the parachute.
Whoa, the first human flight and a way to come back down safely.
I know. Talk about brave inventors.
It must have been incredible to see those early balloons floating through the sky. Okay, what else?
Well, how about this one? 1784, bifocals.
Ah, bifocals. For all those people who need help seeing both near and far, what a great invention. What else is there?
Well, unfortunately, not every invention is for good. Also in 1784, we see the shrapnel shell.
Oh, yeah. Warfare was getting increasingly deadly.
It's a reminder that technology can be used for both good and bad. It's up to us to make sure our inventions are used to improve lives, not destroy them.
Well said. Okay, back to some more positive inventions.
Absolutely. Also in 1784, we see the safety lock
Mm-hmm.
and the threshing machine for separating grain.
So better security, better farming.
Exactly. And then in 1785, the power loom for even faster weaving and the automatic flour mill.
So much automation happening. It's incredible how technology was changing those traditional industries.
I know. It's like the world was speeding up. Okay, ready for a few more?
I'm all ears.
1790, the nail-making machine. No more hand-making every single nail.
Mass production. Okay, what else?
Well, here's one that's a bit dark. 1791, the guillotine.
The guillotine. Yeah, that's a powerful symbol of the French Revolution.
It's a stark reminder that technology, even when it seems efficient, can be used for terrifying purposes.
Absolutely. Okay, what else is there?
Well, back to some more positive developments.
Yeah.
Also in 1791, the metric system.
The metric system. Finally, a way to measure things that make sense.
It's amazing how long it took for something so logical to catch on.
I know, right? It
Yeah.
just goes to show that sometimes change takes time.
It really does. Okay, a few more from this era. The gas turbine.
Ooh, for power generation.
Dentures.
Dentures. So important for people who had lost their teeth. What else?
1792, gas lighting. Cities became a lot brighter at night.
It's incredible to think how much lighting has changed over the years.
It really is. And with that, we come to the end of our journey through time.
Wow. What a whirlwind tour of invention.
I know. It's incredible to see how much humans have accomplished over the centuries.
From simple tools to complex machines, it's amazing to see how our ingenuity has shaped the world.
And it's still shaping the world today. Who knows what incredible inventions we'll see in the future.
I know, it's exciting to think about. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this Christmas Eve deep dive into the history of invention. It's been a real treat to explore all this amazing stuff with you.
It's been a pleasure. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays! Thanks for geeking out with us.